We can't possibly have a conversation about R&B without mentioning the name of this three-time Grammy-nominated recording artist, songwriter and producer. Well, he's one of the finest in the game, and his latest body of work comes from his need to get all the music inside of him out into the world. It's also a celebration of how long he's been in the game. His name is Raheem Devaughn, and he's just released his highly anticipated sixth studio album, Decade of a Love King. Well, the Love King is currently in South Africa to promote the album, and he joins us now to tell us more. Very good morning to you, Raheem. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Morning Love. Welcome to South Africa.
Yeah, thank you.
You've just completed the Sophisticated Soul tour with Lala Hathaway and Live Jennings. How did that go, and what stood out for you?
Oh, it was excellent. You know, always great to be in the spirit of great company. My peers who are making great music, timeless music, you know.
Yeah, you were recently caught in a social media debate about who the king of R&B is.
Yeah.
Do you think such debates are necessary, man?
I mean, my personal take on it is that, you know, I kind of look at us as artists as the same way I would look at like the continent of Africa. You know, there are many different chiefs and kings and different tribes.
Yeah.
And you know, mine is growing daily.
Yeah.
You know.
Good to hear that, man. And you've just released a follow-up album to your 2015 project, Sex, Love, Passion, titled Decade of a Love King.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this latest album.
It's a great body of work. The new single, Don't Come Easy, which is currently #4 on the Spotify charts here in SA. And I'm looking forward to that going #1. And we're just here for the promotion of the album, you know, over the weekend, letting people know that it's available at all musical locations, on all your digital platforms. And I think, you know, me personally, I feel like it's some of my best work to date.
Yeah. And how would you describe your music and your sound on Decade of a Love King?
I'm a crooner. You know, it's soulful, it's passionate, it's poetic. You know, and it's tasteful. It's what every man wants to play for a woman, and what every woman desires and wants to hear from a man.
You know, you're quoted as saying this album is not based on sales and hype. What do you mean by this?
Well, you know, I'm what you call a grassroots artist. You know, I don't think that I think that the quality of music or great music shouldn't be based on limitations of popularity. Like, you know, you have in some cases I've been referred to as underrated, you know, which I don't find offensive. I look at it as maybe there's a lot of people that are overrated, you know, but my goal is always to put out quality music, to touch the people, you know, be humble and enjoy the process. You know?
I mean, and having said that, what does it signify then in terms of your maturity and your growth as an artist?
I think when you hear this album #6, I hope people hear my growth as a vocalist, as a man, as a singer, as a songwriter, you know, and see the growth as well as a performer on stage.
We do understand that this album is actually the first part of a trilogy. What should we expect in the subsequent?
Yeah, I'm actually wrapping up the final pieces of part 2 of Decade of a Love King. It's going to be 15 new tracks, and yeah, man, it's going to be exciting. Just more great music, more music to bring people together, to share love, to create those timeless moments, wedding, you know, conceiving your firstborn child, you know, all these different things.
You're simply a love crooner. I mean, you're about to star in a movie called Love.com. How did that come about? And do you want to tell us about your role and your character in this movie?
Well, Love.com, I think it shows my humorous side. You know, I have a warped sense of humor and love to crack jokes and stuff of that nature. So it's a witty comedy that addresses love and relationships and stuff of that nature. You know, I also just signed, the ink is dry on a film that I'm shooting here in South Africa in a few months. It's called Lit, and I will be playing one of the characters from the Shy-Lights.
Okay, so what do you attribute your success to?
Oh man, I think this God first and foremost. You know, just the due diligence. You know, some people refer to me as the hardest working man in show business, similar to, like, you know, in the spirit of James Brown. You know, and I'm also a community activist, so I do a lot of humanitarian work, you know, back in the States, and I'm looking forward to expanding. We just left Ghana in terms of breaking ground on a library and a technology center for the youth in a certain, in a particular region over there. So we're just looking to expand not only musically, but as a humanitarian and community activist as well.
You've also mentioned your involvement in the film industry. Is that where you'll be focusing your energies on?
I think it's really a balance of everything. Definitely I think that there's always new ground to break as a recording artist, and that's why I'm here in Joburg and traveling throughout the continent of Africa. But I do aspire to be, a great actor as well, and it's something that I take seriously. And I'm just getting my feet wet. But I think it's safe to say that I'll have a great career doing that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you put it rightly when you said it's a great balancing act, because you don't want to lose you in the music world.
Not at all.
You can do a bit of both, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. No, all the best, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
All right. Three-time Grammy-nominated recording artist, songwriter and producer Raheem Devaughn speaking to us about his highly anticipated 6th studio album, Decade of a Love King. Let's take a short break.